God says, I am speaking in anger today. You made a mistake that heaven noticed, and if you walk away from this message, it will not be forgiven. Don't skip. I am not speaking softly right now because what you did has weight, and it has been seen in a place you cannot hide from. If you scroll past this, you are turning away from correction that could have changed your life in a powerful way. Stay here, because something important is being placed before you, and it carries the power to shift your future. I am not trying to scare you without reason. I am trying to stop you from walking deeper into something that will cost you more than you understand. There is still time, but that time is not endless. And that is why my voice is firm today. Type Amen if you believe. What I am addressing is not small, even if you tried to convince yourself it was nothing. You made a choice that went against what I have already shown you, and you knew it in your spirit when you did it. That moment was not hidden from heaven, and it did not pass unnoticed like you hoped it would. I am speaking now because I care enough to confront you before consequences grow heavier. If I stayed silent, you would continue walking in the same direction and fall into something harder to escape. You felt that inner warning before you acted, and you ignored it. That quiet voice was me guiding you, trying to turn you away from a mistake that could bring regret. You brushed it aside, thinking you could handle it, or that it would not matter in the long run. But I am telling you clearly, it does matter, and it is already affecting things around you that you cannot yet see. This is why I am not gentle in tone, because your attention must be fully awake right now. Pause for a moment and show your heart by tapping the like button, because this is not just a passing moment, it is something that can change your path if you truly listen. I am not here to condemn you without hope, but I will not pretend that everything is fine when it is not. There are actions that require correction, and this is one of them. I have watched you struggle. I have seen your pain, and I have also seen your potential. That is why I am calling you back with urgency, because I refuse to let you lose what I have prepared for you. My anger comes from love that refuses to watch you destroy your own future. You must understand that forgiveness is not something to treat lightly. When you turn away after being corrected, you are choosing distance instead of restoration. I am giving you a moment right now to turn your heart back, not tomorrow, not later, but now. There is a window open, and it is not going to stay open forever. This is the seriousness behind my words, and this is why I am asking you to stay and listen completely. Type yes to affirm. You have been chosen for more than the path you are stepping into right now. I have placed something inside you that is meant to grow, not to be buried under careless decisions. But when you ignore my guidance, you step away from that purpose and into confusion. I am calling you back because your story is not meant to end in regret. There is still something powerful ahead, but it requires you to correct what you have done. Do not try to justify your actions in your mind anymore. You already know what was wrong, and you already felt it when it happened. I am not asking for excuses. I am asking for honesty and a willing heart to change. This is where restoration begins, not with denial, but with truth. When you face it, you open the door for healing and direction again. I am not far from you even in this moment of correction. I am close, watching, waiting for you to respond with humility instead of resistance. If you lean into my voice instead of running from it, you will feel my presence guide you again. I do not abandon those who turn back sincerely. I restore them, strengthen them, and lead them into something better than before. You must slow down and stop moving forward in the same direction you were heading. That path is not leading you to peace. even if it feels easier in the moment. I see where it ends, and that is why I am intervening now. My interruption is not to harm you, but to protect you from what is ahead. You may not understand everything right now, but trust that I see the full picture. This is not the end of your story, but it can become a turning point if you respond correctly. You are not being pushed away, you are being called back. There is still grace available, but it must be received with a willing heart. Do not let pride keep you from stepping into that grace. Lay it down and come back to me fully. I am still speaking because I have not given up on you. Even in my anger, there is a desire to restore, not destroy. But you must meet me halfway by choosing to listen and act differently. This moment is not ordinary. It is a decision point that carries weight. What you do after hearing this will shape what comes next in your life. There were doors quietly opening, and there were moments being prepared for you that you did not even know about. But when you chose to ignore my guidance, you slowed down what I was building and allowed confusion to enter. This is why I am correcting you firmly, because I refuse to let you lose what was meant for you. Type 777 to receive blessings. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual, now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You may be feeling a heaviness right now, and that is not by accident. That feeling is not meant to crush you, it is meant to wake you up. It is my way of showing you that something is not aligned the way it should be. When you feel that discomfort, do not run from it or distract yourself from it. Sit with it and understand that I am using it to bring you back into the right place. You have been given chances before, and you know this deep inside. There were moments when I corrected you gently, and you listened for a while but then drifted again. This time is different because the decision you made carries more weight than before. It is connected to something greater, something that could either build you or break you, depending on how you respond now. I am calling you to take this seriously, not with fear, but with awareness and obedience. Do not think that I am far from you because of this. I am still here, closer than you realize, but I will not force you to walk the right path. I will guide, I will warn, and I will correct, but the choice to turn back must come from you. That is where your strength is shown, not in perfection, but in your willingness to change when you know you are wrong. This is your moment to prove that you value what I have placed in your life. There is something inside you that knows exactly what needs to be corrected. I do not need to explain every detail, because your spirit already understands. That quiet conviction you feel is not confusion, it is clarity. It is pointing you directly to the place where change must happen. Do not ignore it again, because ignoring it will only make things harder for you later. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. I am not speaking these words to push you away, but to pull you back before distance grows. When you ignore correction, you slowly create space between you and what I am trying to do in your life. That space leads to missed opportunities, broken focus, and unnecessary struggle. I do not want that for you, which is why I am stepping in now. My voice may sound strong, but it carries protection within it. You must understand that every decision you make either brings you closer to what I have planned or takes you further away from it. There is no neutral ground in moments like this. Even small choices can have large consequences when they are made against what you know is right. This is why I am asking you to become more aware and more intentional in how you move forward. You are not ordinary, and your decisions carry weight. There are people connected to your life who will be affected by what you choose next. You may not see it yet, but your path is not only about you. There are outcomes tied to your obedience, and there are delays tied to your disobedience. When you walk in alignment, you not only bless yourself, but also those around you. When you step away, you create obstacles that ripple outward. I am giving you a chance to realign everything right now. This is not about punishment, it is about correction and restoration. When you respond with humility, things can be restored faster than you expect. What felt delayed can begin moving again, and what seemed blocked can open. But it starts with you making the decision to turn back fully. Do not let pride speak louder than my voice. Pride will tell you that you are fine, that nothing needs to change, that you can continue as you are. But pride is what leads people into deeper mistakes. Humility is what brings them back into peace and direction. Choose humility now, because it will save you from greater struggle. You are not being rejected, even though my tone is strong. I am correcting you because you matter, because your life has purpose, and because I have not given up on you. If I did not care, I would remain silent and let you continue without interruption. But I am here, speaking directly to you, because I want you to come back into alignment. Take a moment to reflect on what you need to change. Be honest with yourself and with me. Do not try to cover it up or pretend it is something else. When you bring truth into the open, that is where healing begins. I am ready to guide you forward again, but you must first take responsibility for what has already happened. You are stronger than this mistake, and you are not defined by it, but you must not repeat it. Growth comes when you learn, when you adjust, and when you move forward with wisdom. I am calling you into that growth right now. Do not waste this moment by ignoring it or delaying your response. I am still with you, even in this correction. My presence has not left you, and my plans for you have not been cancelled, but they require your cooperation. They require you to listen, to respond, and to move differently than before. This is your opportunity to prove that you are ready for what I have prepared. You must begin to recognize how easily distractions can pull you away from what I have been building in your life. It does not always come in obvious ways. Sometimes it comes through small compromises. Those small moments seem harmless, but they slowly shape your path. What you allow in small decisions becomes the foundation of larger ones. This is why I am asking you to take even the smallest choices seriously. Could a CIA-leaked brainwave ritual be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury? Newly released CIA research has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that's letting everyday people attract massive wealth almost instantly. This 7-second home ritual, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming debt into dream houses, cars, and luxury getaways. If you're reading this, consider yourself lucky. The page could be taken down any time. Click the link in the description and comments to unlock the secret before it's gone forever. You are not weak, but you have been careless in moments where you needed to be alert. That carelessness opened a door that should have remained closed. I am not saying this to make you feel ashamed, but to make you aware. Awareness is what gives you the power to change. When you see clearly, you can move differently and protect what I have placed in your hands. There is something valuable in your life right now that you may not even fully recognize yet. It could be an opportunity, a relationship, or a calling that is quietly forming. The mistake you made has the potential to interfere with it if it is not corrected. That is why I am speaking with urgency, because I see what is at stake even if you do not. I am protecting something in your future by confronting something in your present. Do not let guilt take control of your thoughts. Guilt without action leads nowhere, but conviction with action leads to change. I am not asking you to sit in regret. I am asking you to rise into responsibility. You can turn this around, but it requires you to respond with clarity and purpose. This is where your strength must come forward. Type 1010 to claim miracles. You may feel like you have disappointed me, but understand this clearly. Disappointment is not the end of your story. I correct because I believe in what you can become, not because I want to push you away. If I saw no value in you, I would not speak with such intensity. My words carry both correction and belief in you at the same time. There is a shift happening inside you right now as you listen. You are becoming more aware, more honest, and more willing to change. That shift is important because it marks the beginning of something new. When you choose to listen instead of ignore, you open yourself to growth. Growth is not always comfortable, but it is always necessary. You must also guard your thoughts moving forward. The mind is where many mistakes begin long before they appear in actions. When you allow negative or careless thoughts to stay, they eventually influence your choices. I am calling you to be more intentional with what you allow to stay in your mind. Protect it, because it shapes your path. I am not asking for perfection, I am asking for alignment. Alignment means you are willing to adjust when you see that something is off. It means you do not hold on to mistakes, but you release them and move forward with wisdom. This is how you grow into the person I created you to be. This is how you stay connected to what I am doing in your life. There is still a blessing attached to your life that has not been removed. Do not let this moment make you think everything is lost. It is not lost, but it is waiting for you to realign. When you step back into the right place, things can begin to move again. I have not taken away what I promised, but I am asking you to meet me with obedience. You must also learn from this moment, so that it does not repeat. Every mistake carries a lesson, and that lesson is meant to strengthen you. When you take the lesson seriously, you grow wiser and more prepared for what is ahead. When you ignore it, you stay in the same place and face the same challenges again. Choose growth, because it leads to freedom. I am watching how you respond now, not to judge you harshly, but to see your willingness to change. Your response matters more than the mistake itself. When you respond with humility, it shows that your heart is still open. That openness allows me to continue working in your life without resistance. Do not allow fear to take over, either. Fear will try to convince you that you have gone too far or that you cannot recover. That is not true. You can recover, you can grow, and you can move forward stronger than before. But you must take the first step by acknowledging what needs to change. You are still under my protection even now. I have not removed my hand from your life. I am guiding you through this moment so that you can come out of it better, not broken. Trust that I am still with you, even in correction. My presence has not changed, only my tone has, because it needed to. This moment is shaping you into someone stronger and more aware. It is teaching you to listen more closely and act more carefully. These lessons will serve you in ways you do not yet understand. They will prepare you for things that require maturity and discipline. This is part of your growth. Even if it feels uncomfortable right now, you must understand that I am not only correcting what you did, I am strengthening who you are becoming. This moment is refining you, even though it feels uncomfortable. Refinement always comes with pressure, but it produces clarity and strength. I am shaping your character so that you can handle what is coming next in your life. Without this correction, you would not be ready. There are things ahead of you that require discipline and awareness. If you continue with careless habits, those things will slip through your hands. I am not allowing that to happen, which is why I am interrupting your path now. You may not see it as protection in this moment, but it is. I am guarding something valuable in your future by addressing something necessary in your present. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked, CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that's changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives, luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Do not rush past this moment as if it is something small. Sit with it and let it change the way you think and act. Transformation does not happen when you ignore truth. It happens when you accept it and apply it. I am asking you to slow down and truly take this in. This is not just a warning, it is an opportunity to become better. Type 555 to receive grace. You have been given a gift of awareness right now. Not everyone receives this kind of direct correction, and many continue making the same mistakes without realizing it. I am giving you clarity because I want you to grow beyond where you are. This clarity is a gift, even if it feels heavy at first. When you accept it, it becomes light and leads you forward. You must also pay attention to the patterns in your life. This mistake did not appear from nowhere. It came from a pattern that has been forming over time. When you recognize the pattern, you gain the power to break it. If you ignore it, it will repeat again and again. I am showing it to you now so that you can finally put an end to it. There is a strength inside you that you have not fully used yet. You are capable of making better choices, of standing firm when you feel tempted to drift. But that strength must be activated through intention. You must decide that you will no longer allow yourself to fall into the same habits. That decision is powerful, and it sets a new direction for your life. I am not asking you to change everything at once. I am asking you to start with what is in front of you right now. Correct this one thing, and it will begin to shift other areas as well. Small steps in the right direction lead to larger transformation over time. Do not underestimate the power of one decision made with clarity. You must also learn to listen more closely to my voice. I have been guiding you, but there were moments when you chose not to listen. Going forward, I am calling you to be more attentive. When you feel that inner pull, that quiet direction, do not ignore it. That is where your guidance is found, and it will keep you aligned. You are not alone in this process. I am walking with you, even as you learn and grow. My presence is steady, even when your actions are not. I am not leaving you to figure this out by yourself. I am guiding you step by step, but you must be willing to follow. There is still something ahead of you that is worth the effort of change. It is not something small. It is something that will bring meaning and purpose into your life. But it requires you to rise above your current habits. I am preparing you for that, even now. This moment is part of that preparation. Do not let this correction discourage you. Let it strengthen you. Let it remind you that you are being guided and shaped for something greater. This is not a setback. It is a setup for growth. When you see it that way, you begin to move differently. You are still chosen, still loved, and still under my care. Nothing has changed about that. What is changing is your awareness and your direction. That is what matters right now. That is what will determine what comes next. You must begin to notice how easily your focus shifts when something pulls your attention. Distractions do not always come loudly. They come quietly and slowly take your attention away from what matters. When your focus weakens, your decisions begin to follow that same weakness. This is why you must guard your focus with more intention than before. What you give your attention to will always influence your direction. There is something I need you to see clearly. You are not being corrected because you failed. You are being corrected because you are capable of more. If you were meant to stay where you are, there would be no need for this moment. But you are not meant to stay in patterns that limit you. You are meant to grow beyond them, and that requires change. Type 333 if you choose to grow. You may feel a tension inside you right now, like something is pulling you in two directions. One side wants to stay comfortable and unchanged, while the other side knows it is time to move differently. That tension is real, and it is part of growth. Do not run from it, because it is leading you to a better place. When you choose growth, you step into a stronger version of yourself. I'm not asking you to be perfect, but I am asking you to be honest. Honesty is what opens the door for transformation. When you admit where you went wrong, you take away its power over you. When you hide it, it continues to influence you in ways you do not see. This is why I am calling you into truth, because truth leads to freedom. There are habits in your life that need to be adjusted. Not all of them at once, but the ones that led you into this moment must be addressed. If you leave them unchanged, they will lead you back here again. I am showing you this now so that you can break the cycle. You are not meant to repeat the same mistakes over and over. You must also become more aware of your environment. What surrounds you influences how you think and act. If you are constantly in places or situations that pull you away from what is right, it becomes harder to stay aligned. I am asking you to make adjustments where needed. Protect your space, because it affects your choices more than you realize. Have you heard about the top secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it's not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind, but the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is something powerful about this moment that you should not ignore. You are being given clarity that many people never receive. This clarity is not meant to overwhelm you, it is meant to guide you. When you use it, you move forward with more confidence and less confusion. That is what I want for you. You must also remember that change takes consistency. One decision is important, but repeated decisions create lasting transformation. Do not stop after correcting one thing. Continue choosing what is right, even when it feels difficult. Over time, those choices will become natural, and your life will begin to reflect that. I am not far from you in this process. I am guiding you step by step, even when you do not realize it. When you feel that inner direction, follow it. When something feels off, pause and reconsider. These small actions will keep you aligned and prevent future mistakes. There is still something ahead that requires you to be ready. What you are going through now is preparation for that. Without this preparation, you would not be able to handle what is coming. I am strengthening you so that when the time comes, you are ready to receive and manage what I have for you. Do not let this moment pass without taking it seriously. It is not just about today, it is about what comes next. The way you respond now will influence what you experience later. Choose wisely, because your future is shaped by your present decisions. You are not alone, and you are not abandoned. I am with you, even in correction. My presence is constant, even when my tone is firm. I am guiding you towards something better, something stronger, something more aligned with who you are meant to be. You must understand that real change begins when you stop negotiating with what you know is wrong. There are areas where you still try to justify your actions, telling yourself that it was not that serious or that you will fix it later. That mindset delays your growth and weakens your direction. I am asking you to stop negotiating and start deciding. When you decide firmly, everything begins to shift. There is something powerful about surrender that you may not have fully experienced yet. Surrender is not weakness, it is strength under control. It is the moment when you choose to let go of your own way and trust what I am guiding you toward. When you surrender, you open the door for clarity, peace, and direction. Without it, you remain stuck between two paths. Type 666 to release the past. You have been carrying more than just this one mistake. There are layers of past decisions, regrets, and patterns that have built up over time. This moment is not only about correcting one action, it is about breaking a cycle. I am giving you a chance to release what has been holding you back for longer than you realize. Do not hold on to it any longer. You must also recognize the importance of discipline in your life. Discipline is what keeps you aligned. When emotions try to pull you away, it is what helps you stay steady when distractions appear. Without discipline, even the strongest intentions can fade. I am calling you to build that discipline step by step through consistent and intentional choices. There will be moments where you feel tempted to return to old habits. That is part of the process, but it does not have to control you. When those moments come, pause and remember what you have learned here. Choose differently, even if it feels uncomfortable. That discomfort is temporary, but the growth it creates is lasting. I am also asking you to be patient with yourself as you grow. Change does not happen instantly, but it begins with a decision. You have already taken the first step by listening and acknowledging what needs to change. Now you must continue moving forward, even when it feels slow. Progress is still progress, no matter how small it seems. There is a new level of awareness developing inside you. You are beginning to see things more clearly, to understand your actions more deeply. That awareness is a sign of growth, and it will continue to expand if you nurture it. Do not ignore it or push it aside. Let it guide you into better decisions. You must also learn to trust my guidance more than your own impulses. Your impulses can be influenced by emotions, pressure, or temporary desires. My guidance is steady and rooted in what is best for you. When you choose to follow it, you move with purpose instead of confusion. That is where your strength lies. There is something ahead that requires a stronger version of you. The person you were before this moment would not have been ready for it. That is why this correction is necessary. I am preparing you, shaping you, and strengthening you for what is coming. This is not just about avoiding mistakes. It is about becoming who you need to be. Do not let fear or doubt slow you down. Those thoughts will try to convince you that change is too difficult or that you will fail again, but you are not alone in this. I am with you, guiding you, supporting you, and giving you the strength you need. Trust that you are capable of more than you think. You are not being left behind because of what happened. You are being brought forward through it. This moment is a turning point, not an ending. It is an opportunity to rise into something greater. When you embrace it fully, you will see how it changes your path. Stay committed to this process. Do not return to old ways just because they feel familiar. Familiarity is not always right, and comfort is not always safe. Choose what leads to growth, even when it feels unfamiliar. That is where your future is found. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives. From crushing debt to dream vacations, this could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You must begin to understand that every time you ignore what you know is right, you weaken your own direction. It is not just about disobedience, it is about disconnecting yourself from clarity. When you disconnect from clarity, confusion begins to grow. That confusion leads to more mistakes, and those mistakes create cycles that are difficult to break. I am stopping that cycle right now before it grows stronger. There is a part of you that already knows you are meant for more. That feeling has been there for a long time, even if you have not always acted on it. I am speaking to that part of you now. I am reminding you that your life is not meant to drift aimlessly. It is meant to move with direction, with purpose, and with awareness. But that requires you to take control of your choices. Type 111 if you are ready to change. You cannot continue to live in a way where you only respond when things go wrong. I am calling you to a place where you are proactive, where you are aware before the mistake happens. That level of awareness comes when you stay connected to my guidance consistently. It is not something you visit only in difficult moments. It is something you live in daily. You must also learn to slow down your reactions. Many of your mistakes come from acting too quickly without thinking deeply. When you pause, even for a moment, you create space for clarity. In that space, you can hear direction more clearly and choose wisely. I am asking you to develop that habit of pausing before acting. There is a strength that grows in you when you begin to master your reactions. Instead of being controlled by emotions or circumstances, you begin to lead your own actions with awareness. That is where maturity develops. That is where your life begins to stabilize. I am leading you into that place, step by step. You must also be careful about what influences your decisions. Not everything around you is aligned with where you are going. Some influences will pull you away slowly without you realizing it. I am asking you to become more selective. Choose what supports your growth, not what weakens it. There is a responsibility that comes with being aware of what is right. Once you know, you cannot pretend you do not. That knowledge places you in a position where your choices carry more weight. I am reminding you of that responsibility now. It is not meant to burden you, it is meant to guide you. You are not the same person you were before this moment. Something has shifted inside you as you have listened. That shift is important, and it must be protected. Do not allow yourself to fall back into the same patterns after gaining this awareness. Protect what has been built inside you during this time. I am also calling you to strengthen your inner discipline even further. Discipline is not just about avoiding mistakes. It is about building consistency. When you are consistent, your life becomes more stable. You begin to see progress in areas where you once struggled. That consistency will carry you forward. There is something ahead that requires your full attention and focus. If your mind remains scattered, you will not recognize it when it appears. I am preparing you to be ready, to be aware, and to be steady. This preparation is necessary, even if you do not fully understand it yet. Do not underestimate the importance of this moment. It is shaping how you will respond to future challenges. It is building a foundation that you will rely on later. Every lesson you take from this will strengthen you for what is ahead. That is why I am speaking so clearly and directly. You must also learn to trust the process of growth. It will not always feel easy, and it will not always feel comfortable, but it will always lead you forward. When you trust that, you begin to move with confidence instead of hesitation. That confidence comes from knowing you are being guided. I am guiding you into a place where you no longer repeat what once held you back. That requires focus, honesty, and a willingness to stay present in this moment. Type 1313 to stay focused. You must begin to see how your choices create patterns over time. One decision leads to another, and soon it becomes a habit that shapes your life. The mistake you made was part of a pattern that needed to be broken. I am not only stopping the action, I am interrupting the pattern itself. When the pattern is broken, your path begins to change in a meaningful way. There is something I need you to understand clearly. You are not being corrected because you are weak, but because you are capable of discipline. Discipline is already inside you, but it must be used intentionally. When you begin to use it consistently, your life will start to reflect strength instead of inconsistency. That is where your growth will become visible. Type 1414 if you choose discipline. You must also learn to recognize the moments before a mistake happens. There are always signs, small signals that something is not right. Those signals come through your thoughts, your feelings, and your awareness. When you learn to pay attention to them, you can stop yourself before you step into the wrong direction. That awareness is something I am strengthening inside you right now. You have been given the ability to choose differently, even when it feels difficult. That ability is not something everyone uses, but it is something you must develop. When you choose differently in one moment, it becomes easier to choose differently in the next. Over time, those choices build a new path that leads you forward instead of backward. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune? A covert CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money-attracting brainwaves on autopilot. Supported by science and 4 elite labs, this home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners. But this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted from the internet forever. There is also something important about consistency that you must not overlook. It is not enough to change once and then return to old ways. True change happens when you continue choosing what is right, even when no one is watching. That is where your character is built. That is where your strength becomes real. I am also asking you to pay attention to how you speak to yourself. Your inner voice influences your actions more than you realize. If you allow negative or careless thoughts to guide you, your decisions will follow that direction. But when you begin to speak truth and clarity into your mind, your actions begin to align with it. This is part of your growth. There is something ahead of you that requires clarity and focus. If your mind remains distracted, you will not recognize it when it appears. I am preparing you to be ready, to be aware, and to respond correctly. This preparation is happening now, even if you do not fully understand it yet. Trust that it is necessary. You must also learn to let go of anything that pulls you away from alignment. This may include habits, distractions, or even certain environments. Letting go is not always easy, but it is necessary for growth. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for something better to enter your life. There is a level of peace that comes when you are fully aligned. That peace is not based on circumstances, it is based on knowing that you are walking in the right direction. I want you to experience that peace, not just occasionally, but consistently. That is why I am guiding you so carefully through this process. Do not allow yourself to fall back into old thinking patterns. You have already begun to see things more clearly. Protect that clarity by continuing to make intentional choices. When you do, your life will begin to stabilize in ways that you have been hoping for. I am not rushing you, but I am also not allowing you to remain where you were. Growth requires movement, and I am leading you forward. Each step you take in alignment brings you closer to what I have prepared for you. That preparation is ongoing, and you are part of it. You must also remember that you are not alone in this journey. I am guiding you, strengthening you, and walking with you through every step. Even when you feel uncertain, my presence is steady. Trust that I am leading you in the right direction. You must begin to recognize that your life does not change by intention alone. It changes by the choices you make daily, especially when those choices are difficult. It is easy to decide when everything feels comfortable, but true change happens when you choose what is right, even when it feels challenging. That is where your strength is built. That is where your direction becomes clear. There is something important about consistency that you must hold on to now. You have already started to see where you need to adjust, but that understanding must continue beyond this moment. If you return to old habits, you will undo the progress you have begun. I am asking you to stay steady, even when no one else sees your effort. That unseen consistency is what shapes your future. Type 1616 to remain consistent. You must also begin to trust yourself more in the decisions you make when you are aligned. There will be moments when you feel uncertain, but if you have taken the time to pause, reflect, and listen, you can move forward with confidence. Doubt often comes when you act without clarity, but when you act with awareness, your confidence grows naturally. I am also guiding you to strengthen your ability to say no. Not everything that comes into your life is meant to stay. Some things must be rejected so that better things can take their place. When you say no to what is wrong, you create space for what is right. That is part of alignment, and it requires courage. There is a level of discipline that you are stepping into now that will change how you live. This discipline is not about restriction, it is about direction. It keeps you moving toward what matters instead of drifting into what does not. When you embrace it, your life begins to feel more stable and focused. That is the foundation you are building. You must also learn to forgive yourself properly. Holding on to guilt will slow your progress and keep you tied to the past. I have already brought correction, and now I am guiding you forward. Do not remain stuck in what has already been addressed. Release it and move forward with clarity and purpose. There is something powerful about letting go that you are beginning to understand. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for growth. That space allows new opportunities, new thoughts, and new strength to enter your life. I am leading you into that space, but you must be willing to let go. You must also guard your time more carefully. Time is one of the most valuable things you have, and how you use it shapes your life. When you waste it on distractions or things that do not align with your purpose, you delay your progress. I am asking you to be more intentional with how you spend your time moving forward. There is something ahead that will require your full attention. If your focus is divided, you may miss it or fail to respond correctly. I am preparing you to be ready, to recognize it, and to act when the moment comes. That preparation is happening now, through everything you are learning. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now come to light, revealing a brain-hacking ritual that draws in wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds. You can do it at home, and it's supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are ditching debt and living in luxury right now. But this information won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. You are also stepping into a level of maturity that will change how you see yourself. You will begin to notice that your reactions are different, your decisions are more thoughtful, and your awareness is stronger. That is growth, and it is something you should recognize and value. It shows that you are moving forward. I am not leaving you to figure this out alone. I am guiding you through each step, even when it feels quiet. When you feel that inner direction, follow it. When something feels off, pause and reconsider. These small actions will keep you aligned and prevent future mistakes. There is a peace that comes when you know you are doing what is right. It is not always loud, but it is steady and calming. That peace will grow as you continue to make aligned choices. It will become something you rely on, something that keeps you grounded even in difficult moments. You must also remember that growth is a process, not a single moment. What you are doing now is part of a larger journey. Each step you take builds on the one before it. Do not rush it, but do not stop moving either. Keep going, and you will see the results over time. You must begin to carry this awareness into your daily life without letting it weaken. It is easy to feel strong in a moment like this, but the real test comes when you return to your normal routine. That is where your consistency will be proven. That is where your decisions will show whether you truly accepted this correction or only felt it temporarily. I am asking you to remain steady even after this moment passes. There is something important about how you respond when no one is watching. Your private decisions shape your public outcomes. What you do in silence builds the foundation of your life. I am calling you to be the same in private as you are in moments of awareness like this. That alignment will bring strength and stability into your life. Type 1818 to stay disciplined. You must also recognize that growth requires repetition. One decision will not change everything, but repeated decisions will. Each time you choose what is right, you reinforce a new pattern. Over time, that pattern becomes your natural way of living. This is how transformation becomes permanent instead of temporary. There will be moments where you feel tempted to return to what is familiar. That is normal. But it is not something you must follow. Familiar does not always mean right. Sometimes it is simply what you are used to. I am calling you to move beyond what is familiar and step into what is better. You must also learn to trust the process even when you do not see immediate results. Growth often happens quietly before it becomes visible. Do not become discouraged if things do not change instantly. What you are building now will show itself in time. Stay patient and keep moving forward. There is a strength forming inside you that you will begin to notice. It will show in your decisions, your reactions, and your focus. That strength is the result of what you are choosing right now. It is not something that appears suddenly. It is something that is built over time. You are in the process of building it. I am also guiding you to become more aware of your surroundings. Not everything around you supports your growth. Some things will pull you away slowly if you are not careful. I am asking you to stay alert and make adjustments where needed. Protect your environment so that it aligns with where you are going. There is something ahead that will require this new version of you. The person you were before would not have been ready for it. That is why this moment has been necessary. I am preparing you for something greater, something that requires discipline, awareness, and consistency. You are being shaped for that purpose. You must also remember that you are not alone in this journey. I am walking with you through every step, even when you feel uncertain. My presence is there guiding you. Trust that you are being led, even when it feels quiet. That quiet guidance is still direction. There is also a peace that will begin to settle in you as you continue to move in alignment. It will not come from circumstances, but from knowing you are on the right path. That peace is something you will begin to rely on. It will guide you when decisions become difficult. Do not allow doubt to take hold again. You have already seen what needs to change. You have already felt the shift inside you. Hold on to that and move forward with confidence. Doubt will only slow you down if you give it space. You must also stay connected to this awareness regularly. Do not wait for another moment like this to realign yourself. Make it a habit to reflect, to listen, and to adjust. That consistency will keep you on track and prevent future mistakes. This is not the end of what I am doing in your life. It is the beginning of a new direction. What you do from here will determine how that direction unfolds. Choose wisely, stay consistent, and remain aware. This shift is not temporary unless you allow it to be. I am calling you to carry this forward so that it becomes part of who you are. Type 1919 to hold on to this change. You must begin to see your life as something that requires guidance, not something that can be left to chance. When you move without awareness, you drift into mistakes that could have been avoided. But when you move with intention, you begin to see clearly and act wisely. This is the way I am leading you now. I am not asking you to be perfect, but I am asking you to be aware. Why are so many claiming this CIA ritual changed their life in just 7 seconds? This leaked CIA ritual is the real deal, and it's potent. A 7-second brainwave hack, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping regular people leap from broke to abundant. Dream homes, cars, trips, it's all within reach. But this video could disappear any time from the internet. So click the link in the description and comments now to see it before it's gone forever. There is something powerful about living with awareness that you are just beginning to experience. It changes how you respond, how you think, and how you choose. You begin to notice things you once ignored. You begin to pause where you once rushed. This is growth, and it must be protected. Type 2020 to walk in awareness. You must also understand that discipline will now become your foundation. Not in a harsh or heavy way, but in a steady and consistent way. Discipline is what keeps you aligned when your emotions shift. It is what keeps you moving forward when distractions appear. Without it, even the strongest intentions can fade. There will be moments when you feel tested again. Those moments are not meant to bring you down, but to show you how far you have come. When you respond differently than before, you will see your growth clearly. That is how you know you are moving forward. That is how your confidence begins to build. You must also learn to protect your peace. Peace is not something that happens by accident. It is something that is maintained through your choices. When you allow unnecessary distractions or negative influences into your life, your peace is affected. I am asking you to guard it carefully. There is something ahead that will require you to be steady. It will require you to stay focused even when things around you change. I am preparing you for that by strengthening your foundation now. What you are building in this moment will support you later. That is why it is so important. You must also begin to trust the version of yourself that is growing through this process. You are becoming more aware, more disciplined, and more intentional. That version of you is stronger than the one who made the mistake. Do not return to the old version when you are being called into something better. I am also guiding you to become more selective with what you allow into your life. Not everything deserves your time, your attention, or your energy. When you begin to choose carefully, your life becomes more aligned. You begin to focus on what truly matters. There is a sense of clarity that will continue to grow in you if you remain consistent. That clarity will guide your decisions and keep you on the right path. It will help you avoid confusion and unnecessary struggle. This is what I want for you, and this is what I am leading you into. You must also remember that growth is not always visible immediately. There will be times when you feel like nothing is changing, but that is not true. Change is happening beneath the surface, building slowly and steadily. Trust that process and keep moving forward. There is a new level of confidence that will develop in you as you continue. It will come from knowing that you are making better decisions and staying aligned. That confidence is not based on pride, but on awareness. It is quiet, steady, and strong. I am still with you, and I am still guiding you through every step. Even when things feel uncertain, my presence remains. Trust that you are being led, even when you cannot see everything clearly. That trust will keep you moving forward. This is the stage where many people begin to drift again, not because they do not understand, but because they do not remain grounded in what they have learned. I am asking you to stay anchored in truth, so that nothing pulls you away again. This is where your stability is formed. Type 2121 to stay anchored. You must understand that stability is built through repeated alignment. It is not something that happens once and remains forever without effort. Every day, you will be faced with choices that either strengthen your alignment or weaken it. When you choose correctly again and again, your life begins to settle into a steady direction.